Khanty-Mansiysk in Siberia, home to around 70% of Russia's developed oil fields and the source of much of the country's wealth. Russia produces more than 10 million barrels of oil per day, making it a major energy player. Stephen Tyndale is an energy economist at the Centre for European Reform.
Almost half of the Russian government's revenue comes from various taxes on oil and gas exports.
Tyndale says that leaves the Russian economy highly vulnerable to a fall in oil prices.
It would mean that their budget was well out of balance, and so it would be very serious short term for Putin and the Russian government.
In recent weeks, oil prices have begun falling from around $125 per barrel in March to around $100 by June. For an explanation, we have to look back to why prices were high at the beginning of the year, says Paul Stevens at Chatham House, an independent policy institute in London.
Oil demand was beginning to pick up again. Supply was being constrained. We had lost Syria, we had lost Yemen, we lost South Sudan. Libya was still off the market to a certain extent.
Stevens says demand is now falling thanks to fears about the world economy, and that could be bad news for Russian exporters. In addition, Iraq has seen the opening of new oil fields, like this one in West Kurna in April, which was developed in partnership with Russian giant Lukoil. Its vice president is Sergei Nikiforov.
Today, Iraq and Russia inaugurated the giant oil field of West Kurna, one of the largest fields discovered in the world.
Stevens at Chatham House says developments like this are offsetting the impact of recent geopolitical upheavals.
The supply side has also improved, partially because Iraq has been coming on, but more importantly because other OPEC members, particularly Saudi Arabia, have been increasing their production, in part in an effort to try and offset the loss of Iranian production because of the embargo.
While the short-term outlook may be for a slow decline in oil prices, Stevens says a single event, such as an Israeli attack on Iran over its nuclear program, could see prices rocket towards $200 a barrel. Henry Ridgwell for VOA News, London.